Hi everyone, welcome to a chill Wednesday night stream. Hopefully no one joins us because I did no advertising for it. I'm going to be doing some experimenting. I don't want anyone to see my shameful experimentations. Here is what I'm trying to do. So I've got all these maps that I need to make for the book. It's really easy to make big like continents and islands and stuff like that. Cities and towns are much more involved. Just the amount of thought and line strokes that need to go into every little piece of it. I was looking into some ways that various people illustrate, you know, fantasy towns and stuff. This person just kind of draws super random shapes and then hatches in all around and adds shadows and blah blah blah. And it's like, it's alright. Those buildings are awfully milky and wacky. I'm not a big fan of that. I don't know how many buildings have ever been built like this. This guy does this really cool 3/4 view thing. He actually started with this is 2D1. That might be part 1 of this video series. But he did like a top down, and then he's doing this kind of more illustration. And it occurred to me that I could probably get 2 for the price of 1 if I did a bare bones, like distant. See, look, he's like drawing millions of trees and then duplicating them all around, which is very similar to what I'm trying to figure out how to do right now in Zbrush. So my thought was, if I just sculpted the basic terrain for the thing I'm doing, this particular one right now I'm working on is a this Discoria. It's like a port city, and so it's got a bay, it's got docks, it's built on like the side of a mountain. It's very kind of northwest US. And so anyway, I had the thought of, hey, why not just block it out, and then I could, if nothing else, I could screenshot that and then trace it onto paper and take it from there. Or if things are really awesome, I could do like a sketch shader of some sort that looks close enough to my illustration style that it would fit in with the book. All right. So that's what I'm trying to do here. I was trying to figure out, this is what I'm trying to figure out right now, is if you have hilly, this is obviously just a very placeholder test, but if you have hilly terrain, can I get these trees on here to populate? There's this feature Zbrush has called nano mesh where you can, so I made a tree and then I just have it kind of randomly distributed over the polygons here, but I cannot get them to all face straight up. You would think that would be under alignment, and every single alignment option is not one that actually helps. So I asked people who know more about Zbrush than I do in every forum that I know about that, and I'm waiting to hear back. In the meantime, there's no reason not to do the terrain element of it. Some very broad strokes. We've got a bay, you know, kind of a C-shaped thing, and you know, it goes off into mountains in the west. So blocking in that topology. I like the idea of a river kind of cutting through it. Which makes me really wish that Zbrush had a thing, and I'm sure it does, I just don't know what it is. A way to just like set your brush at this level and just like flatten through, but it will not do that for me. But in the meantime, I can just, I can just have the wrong brush selected over and over. Hi, Letha. Yeah, I could just say some of the trees fell over. All the ones that happen to be on slopes just happen to fall over. Could do that. I like the idea of this town having a big kind of canyon that a river is flowing through, and there's like a big waterfall behind it. So let's say here's the ocean here. You sail in, and there's like town all around here, and this big kind of chasm. And so it's got all these bridges connecting the north and south side of the town. Thought that would be fun. And then somewhere along here it needs a big castle called the Pile, which is just one of those forts that's just been added to over 1,000 years. So it would have all sorts of different architectural styles and materials and just all sorts of wacky stuff. I initially had planned on putting it on like a big jutting out rock here. But that's super close to like literally the last place Beaumark just was, which there's a castle that was up on a hill, and because of magician shenanigans it got destroyed with a landslide and slid down into the bay, and he's like swimming around through the ruins underwater, evading like piranha type fish to collect treasure. So if I want to do, well, so here's the requirements for the Pile castle. It needs to be right on the coast because he escapes by going down a cliff on the outside of it. And it needs to not be on that cliff, I think. Did I figure out how to give you birthday points? I have not. Sorry, things have been pretty chaotic here. Yesterday I had to leave work early to go buy a car, which is one of my least favorite things in the world. And then today I had to leave work early to take Heather to the ER because she's having just miserable, awful symptoms from prednisone that she was put on. She was only on it for 4 days, and not even a big dose, but it just absolutely wrecked her. Like, she keeps feeling like she's going to die. It has not been fun. And yes, Shane didn't make a smoothie and burn the house down. He burnt down my parents' house instead. Cool, there's a big waterfall coming down here. It collects in a kind of a mini lake, and then just cascades going down into the bay down there. When I lay at night, I see the faces of people who are in a war. And when I lay at night, I hear the voices of children at my door. So if I put the Pile docks in the city are going to be here, and so I don't want it like right next to the city. I want it to be a little bit away. If it's here on the south side, I'm going to be doing some additions to the description in the text based on the work I'm doing here, regardless. So I don't need to let the text completely dictate what I'm gonna do. How's Heather doing now? Pretty much the same, just terrible. We did our usual thing, you know, we called the nurse, and the nurse is like, yeah, you should definitely get in to see a doctor. If you can't see your doctor, go to the ER. So you go to the ER, they check her out, say, yep, nothing wrong, must be something you just gotta, you know, get through. It's just side effects from prednisone. Good luck, lady. Bye. Yeah, just come back to the ER, and so we can do exactly the same thing. Right now, Heather is super focused on not throwing it. This is just like such a perfect spot for that castle. Wasn't so C-shaped. Because there has to be a jetty out here, a breakwater, to keep the rough waves of the ocean away from the port. So no matter what, it's going to be kind of an enclosed bay. I could make it longer. Well, I suppose one thing I can do that would make it different would be put it after like a big arch. That would feel pretty. What kind of a car did I get? We got a 2016 and a half Mazda CX-5. So we went from a Mazda 5 to a Mazda 5, but this one's a lot better. I don't know. I hate cars. I hate the fact that we have to buy cars. I hate driving cars. I hate having new cars. I hate spending money on new cars that I never wanted in the first place. So I'm just not a happy camper about it. We had paid off our other vehicles, so it's a super bummer to now have to pay a monthly fee for something that I hate. Okay, so I think I'm going to dynamize this. Which means I need to go here, higher, lower, dynamesh it. What does that do? That's weird. Why do that? Is it because it's a plane? Oh, but it's because it's a plane. Dynameshing doesn't work great on a plane. Wow, what a stupid thing. That means I have to waste a bunch of geometry underneath it. Ugh, so stupid. Okay, fine. I will make a box, and I will make this Polymesh 3D. Squash it. I guess it doesn't matter how squashed it is or not. Dynamesh that. Okay. Now I can do my thing again. Okay. Yeah, I guess either way, I'm going to have to put a hole through there. So let's do that part first. Brush, insert, basic, cylinder. there. Oh, that's weird. Letha says, I hate car shopping as well. I also dislike driving, but I do like having new cars. My last car shopping experience was great though because I didn't have to get a new car, so we were able to talk them down a lot. Plus, I took friends for moral support. Oh. Give Heather a purple heart from me. Alright, you got a purple heart from Letha. She would say thank you louder, but it would make her throw up. I literally can't let go of this without the pen moving just a tiny bit, and then it pops up. Try it with the mouse. Will it be more precise? I just want it to be on the surface of the water without actually cutting away the water. Okay. We're just going to say that's good enough. Now, if we do that, dynamesh it. Look at that, it still messes up the water. Whatever, it's fine. There'll be ripples in the water. Okay, so now we have a sea cliff area. And another haystack rocky thing here. I suppose that would definitely differentiate this quite a bit from Rolikton, which is the last place that he was at. I think I will just, oops, I'll just select this whole area that's going to be land over here. Invert that selection. Move it up. Maybe not that much. Letha, you got 17 days straight of people actively reading your books. Wow, congrats. Alrighty. So the besides the topographical features of this map, the cultural features that I need to be sure to include are the, well, okay, so there's the docks, which I already talked about. There's the big castle up here, and then there are multiple kind of royal houses that are all vying for the crown to be king of Ironia, of which this Discoria city is the capital. And so I kind of plotted out, I don't know how well you can see in this little corner here, but plotted out, let's see, here's the big castle, and then like where different houses would be scattered around, and by house I mean like big mansions where the contenders for the throne reside. And I did not have Zbrush muted, or Zbrush. Zbrush is not muted, and neither was Twitch. Sorry for all that echo. I need to make sure if there's a waterfall coming down here that there's ground that's higher than it. That is a common silly fantasy. Well, I guess you can't really consider it a mistake because it's one of those things. It's like, yeah, no one cares. But they often, fantasy artists will often put waterfalls coming from like the tips of mountains. It's like would require a pump and a fountain to get the water up there. But I mean, that's kind of like complaining about the way the Force works in Star Wars or something. It's just, it's fine in high fantasy. That's just not what I'm trying to do. Okay, I need to get a sense of scale, I think. Waterfalls certainly can fall from thin air. They can, and they do, whenever an artist wants them to. What I'll do is, yeah, I'll just paint a mask. The general area I want it to be. No, I guess I don't want to scale it after all. This is my Facebook is where chain letters go to die. That's good. The more places those can go to die, the better. chasm going? Okay, I'm going to bump the resolution just a little bit. I don't think these little kind of pits make sense there. How big is the kingdom? Well, this city here, I'd say, is about yeah, I'm not quite sure. I want to say it's probably maybe 5 miles. Let's say this chunk here is 10 miles. So, oh, that would make this 100 square miles, wouldn't it? I don't know. I'm going to start building the dock, and then I'm going to put a little boat in there for a reference, and we'll have a better idea then. I mean, it's no megaloth. It's the capital of an island that's about the size of, I think, about the size of Ireland, maybe.
What was happening? Something unknown. Well, it brought us to our knees. But how easy you forget.
I want to put the biggest kind of mansion up here overlooking most of the town. I'll put one here, and then the big castle.
Well, do you think of me? Sometimes I feel I should turn around, walk away, yeah. I'll walk away, I'll walk away. You want me to? I'll walk away, yeah. Oh, walk away. Do you want me to?
Breakwater out. Probably to about there will work.
Sometimes I wait at the dock end of the stream. do you think of me? And sometimes I feel I should turn around, walk away, yeah, yeah. Walk away, walk away, yeah, if you want me to.
Sigrid, how's it going? Good morning.
Walk away, do you want me to?
So we're sailing in from the south. Gonna see this big castle up here. Gonna see the lights from the city here. And then just tree covered mountains going off into the distance. Want to get a couple layers, you know, so you'll get trees here, here, and then I want something a little more back here as well. This scale, I'm just kind of thinking about where the erosion folds are going to be happening on the terrain. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have a few like just sheer cliffs, which means there's going to need to be some pretty big boulders that have sheared off over the years. Probably wrecked a house or two back in the day. I can minimize that by having the ledge here a little bit bigger. Yeah, actually I kind of want to do that just because just because I'm such a nice guy to these poor citizens of Discoria. That's a little closer to the proportions in my drawing. I was pretty happy with those, so. Let's go with that, redynamesh that, boom. Now if big boulders roll down here, they'll have a little bit of room before they hit downtown. Oh, you know what I should do? I should just append a plane. Is this plane super big or super small? What's going on? Should be seeing the other thing too. Okay, there's that. Why is it only showing me one thing at a time? Oh, because I have solo selected. That reminds me, I need to watch solo. Okay. It's so hard for me to watch movies nowadays. I'm not sure why. It has something to do, like, I'll watch 3 Netflix shows in a row and be totally happy. But for some reason, mentally, when I think, oh, I gotta watch a movie that's such a huge chunk of time, my brain's like, no, you don't have time. Opportunity cost. Maybe because with most TV shows, I'm comfortable working, while it's on. I'll be putting scales on Scola or, illustration stuff. But when I'm watching a movie, I feel less free to do that. Might be what's going on there. That's it. Although I am going to need this transparent and ghosted in order to draw through it. What happens if I make it super bright blue when it's ghosted? Easier to see. Save 2 Worlds is on sale for 99 cents. You heard it here first, folks. Get it while it's hot, before it gets cold. Okay, so when it's transparent, transparent is okay, but ghost takes away all its color. Okay. Problem is, it has to have ghost selected, or I believe, let's see, if I don't have ghost selected, oh, I can still work through it. Okay. I thought you had to have. Who's ghost for then? Huh. Okay. Bump this up. I want to do some more basic erosion work. So if there's like a sheer cliff, but then it starts to slope down, you'll get these kind of fan-shaped. The word is. Wow, suddenly I can't think of the word for that. It's a talus slope, if that helps. The debris always follows the angle of repose for whatever the size and shape of the debris is. But I cannot think of the word for that. except for Talus Slope. That I'll have to do. Sorry I let you all down. My resignation will be on each of your desks by Monday. There are terrain programs out there that you could take a mesh like this, you could put it in there and it will run an erosion algorithm on it, which is pretty cool. I have not sat down and taken the time to learn those, mostly because they don't have a feature that I've been wanting for a long time, and for some reason no one's done it, which is just variable density inside the mesh. When it runs the simulation, I mean, in the real world, rocks are not just 100% the same density because they're just a big mix of different kinds of chemicals. But that program just makes it seem like they're all one, like limestone, which means the results you get are all like super the same. Like they look very realistic, but it's exactly the same treatment all over, and you don't end up with like boulders and weird sheared cliffs and stuff like that. You have to go in by hand and add those. One of my coworkers actually just recently got me in touch with his wife or fiance who works at the one that's not Unreal. What's the other big game engine company? Boy, it's been a stressful couple days, and words apparently fall out of my head when things are stressful. Unity engine. Okay, she works at Unity, and she's looking to overhaul their terrain system, and so she was asking around if people had strong opinions on that, and I was like, oh, you better believe I got strong opinions. Got so many ideas. Sigrid, you've been subscribed for 5 months to my channel. That is awesome. I feel like I set up rewards so you get like every month you're subbed, you get a big pile of hearts. But in addition to that big pile of hearts, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate it. 5 months. I think that's just about as long as I've been streaming. What games does Unity make? So Unity is a game engine that people use to make games with. I'm trying to think of famous ones that have been made with it. Most AAA companies don't use Unity. I mean, most AAA companies use their own engines and then license those engines out because they can afford to make their own engines. So it's usually AA or indie games that use Unity. I'm trying to think if there's big AAA games that use Unreal. I mean, I know like XCOM uses Unreal. They're not huge, but they're pretty well known. But yeah, Unity and Unreal are the two biggest companies that pretty much focus on making an engine to be sold or licensed by companies to make games with it. So. They've been doing in that engine biz for a long time, and so their engines, because they can focus on that as opposed to that and developing games at the same time, they're able to bring a lot more focus to it. Damon, hey, thanks for the tier 1 sub again. Play New World, but wanted to say hi before bed. Hey, thanks for saying hi, and thanks for the resub. Enjoy the hearts. Think of all the wonderful things you can do with those hearts. So the nice thing about running your terrain through Erosion Engine is it would then spit out something like a good realistic base for me then to go in and get artsy with. Like right now I'm being artsy and then trying to like work you know, the stuff that physics and math would figure out for me way faster and way easier if I spent the time to learn those darn programs. Which I will, the second they get those features I wanted. I mean, I'm going to need to build the entire world of Talifar, and there's no way I can do it by hand, obviously. So at some point, the engines will get good enough where it can simulate all the types of geological formations that happen in the real world. And actually, at that point, they'll be able to simulate things like what happen on other planets with different gravity and that kind of stuff, too. So. Okay, I think I want to... more chasm in the middle of town. I don't know why, that just seems really cool to have your town split in half by this super deep gorge. Yeah, I am intensely focused. I'm also exhausted and stressed. I got all the things making my face do that resting, intense face. Bump this up again. I'm wondering if I might want to just cut off a little chunk to go high res with. No, because you can't Dynamesh unless it's a fully 3D thing. Alright, let's see what happens if I do some quick texture around. pretty terrible. Final open bridge. Why can't... So, Zbrush wants you to use PSD documents. Why don't they have it so their viewer sees PSDs? That must be a Windows thing. This guy. Rocks and Cracks 49B. Not doing much for me. Let's look at some cliffs, shall we? Reference cliffs. Specifically look for northwest looking cliffs. At some point I keep thinking I'm gonna go and organize these. Good seaside cliff. That could be a fun option. I think that's more along the lines of what I was thinking. I wonder if it just did this over and over and over. Can we do a spray that keeps them all as a placement? Put that at 0. What does that do? So turn the flow down. This is Windows 10. Oh, how goes the design? It's going all right. I'm doing some experimenting for illustrations for my book, and yeah, so as with all experiments, it's got a mix of exhilaration and frustration and stress. I can't just sit here and noodle on something that I've that I feel really comfortable with. Pushing what I know. 64 bit. Yeah, Zbrush is totally 64 bit. Very nice. Okay, so some of these see places where the overlap really made some extreme thingies. I'm just gonna see what happens if I redynamesh those. Still pretty gnarly. Let's probably just inflate in the areas that get too ridiculous. Yeah, like when a polygon sticks out like that, that's asking for trouble. Star says, yeah, it's really weird. Some PSD files work and some don't. They don't generally support multi-channel programs. They should really fix that, though. I'd imagine it'd take them a couple of years at this point. Yeah. I feel like there is some kind of plugin you can get that makes it so you can view ZBrush files or PSD files in Explorer. I feel like I've done that before, but I haven't gone through the trouble to research it and try to find it again. Plugin for Mac. Put it up there for now. I want to start getting a sense of scale at this point. So I shall pin cube. Makes it its own stupid thing. Why can you still not just... Where's my thing? There's my thing. No, that's not my thing. This is my thing. Do the thing. So Discoria is a huge trading hub for the eastern seaboard. It's kind of like the New York or the Boston of the U.S. If I dynamesh you, what does that do to you? Well, it actually kind of does a pretty interesting thing. Huh. Hey, Brimstar! Thanks for the subscription, man. Appreciate it. Trying to figure out how much detail I need to do down at this point. Probably not. Well, first of all, I should copy that. What? Where did it go? Like, copied it. Shouldn't I make another one down here? Huh. Let's see if I, no, not that button. If I do this, it keeps it in the same subtool, which I do not want. Oh, duplicate. That's what I wanted to do. Okay. I can drag this guy over here and feel free to use and abuse this one however I want. So dynameshing was interesting. What happens if I turn it up a little bit? Man, I have no idea why it's dynameshing like that. Looks like it's breaking it though. Don't want it to do that. What do I have to turn it up to dynamesh it? Good. A lot. Okay. Although it's... So the problem with having it like this is that, let's see, if I use the move tool, yeah, it totally screws up the geometry. So one problem I have, I guess, is that it's the stupid topology of the stupid cube that Zbrush has. I don't know why it has that topology. I just thought of something. What if brush boom, okay. And then initialize. Where'd it go? Oh, nice. You're doing Inktober, Brimstar? You got any links to the Inktober you've done so far?
Sometimes I think I'm right, sometimes I think I'm wrong, sometimes I think too much, sometimes I think too long.
Oh my gosh, why is it?
Statement is there, I'm a mess. Dream about you, but I must confess I might just be lonely.
Well, maybe I do just want it to be
Don't want to
one
think
perfect
about
piece.
the
Let's try
time
that.
when the songs about fantasy I had about some guy I saw when I was
Okay, so
out.
whenever it initializes, it must initialize at 0.
Dream and wander till I go insane because I'm lonely. Time will tell if you're only a dream. If not, then why don't you come up to me? Tell me your story, I will believe. Listen, my darling, we're lonely, but we don't have to be.
Grimstar says, have not done anything so far. I wish we could do something every day, but work/responsibility. Finally got the day off tomorrow. I'll get around. Okay, cool.
Driving me insane. I wanna reach out and pull you through. I'd be yours forever.
Yeah, people like this music.
You want me to because I want
My
you.
friends in the band Ruby Shoes.
Well, I've been obsessive and I've been naive, yeah. I built it up and now I cannot breathe. I may be crazy, but I still
Okay, so as
it's not wrong to want you. Not 'cause we're lonely, because you want me to. Time will tell if
I'm
you're
gonna make it a
only
little
a
fatter than I actually want it, just so it's
dream.
easier to grab these
Then
edges.
why
Okay,
don't
so
you
now
come up to me?
we do this,
Tell
and I
me
can
your
just
story,
pull
I will believe. Listen,
polygon
my
wherever I
darling,
want
we're
it.
lonely. We don't have to be.
Going to move. Now, is there a way to actually move it along only where I want it? Okay, it's not moving up and down. That's good, but I want to move it. Oh, ew. That's definitely not what I want. That's good. Okay, let's insert some edges. Okay. Wow, definitely don't want that. I want to insert a polygroup. Oh, I had inset. Inset and insert are right next to each other and look the same. There we go. Okay. So now I can move the dock wherever. Make all sorts of funny adjustments to it. Great. Oh, okay. So if I hold down Shift, I can move it. Looks like on the X and the Y. Is it moving? Oh, it's moving down on all three. Darn. I'm sure there's a way to move it only on X and Y and not Z, but I do not know what that is. How you doing? bad. Yeah, I think I'll do a shorter thing tonight, just so Heather doesn't have to both sit there feeling absolutely miserable and not have the TV on. Actually, I feel like having the pier end over there is probably fine. So now I can do a extrude. Yep. Okay, so I have a feeling these docks are just ridiculously out of proportion. I think what I need is a house. Let's make a house, shall we? I'm gonna make this guy into a house. You form of a house. Wow, actually finally getting warm after like 4 hours of freezing. Okay, let's put a little house here. Could make a little man as well. Oh no, I know. No, a tree's not good for proportions. I'm going to light box. Where's? There we go. Is there just like a mannequin person? That's not Z-spheres. That looks good. Select you. Project has been changed. No, I don't want to save anything. I just want to open this. Is that going to blow up everything else? That would be stupid. Come on, Zbrush. Don't do something stupid. Alright, while we're waiting for Zbrush to do something stupid, even though I asked it not to, we can do some Photoshop stuff. Oh, here's the last moments of poor little Snatch Fast. Control copy. Control V. I think my computer is just unhappy right now. What is Photoshop complaining about? What's your problem, Photoshop? Is your problem that Zbrush has a problem? Okay. Oh my god, did that literally just wipe out all of my stuff because I loaded this? I think it did. And you can't undo that. No sorry, Bob. Did I just lose all of my work from tonight? Let's go to Lightbox. Yeah, I never saved that thing. I really should have. Quick save. Okay, all Skola stuff. Oh, some of this looks familiar. Here. Yeah, so when it said you want to save changes, I thought it meant to the tool that I had opened up, which was that stupid star. Okay, thank God. I have not lost everything. Okay, let's save this. We're going to save this in Tales from Talifar. Illustrations. And then I have why are these massive? Okay. Is it raw? Somewhere I have computer files. Oh, it might be under creature design. No? Okay, well, it's dumb to divide it into it's dumb to divide up into different file types anyway, because it's already clear what file types they are when you're browsing. So this is going to be Discoria. Yeah, good enough. Discoria. Now, let's see if we can't import something that's going to wipe everything out. Shall we? Tools. Thanks for getting scared on my behalf, Sigrid. This is all I want. Is this guy? I mean, if you don't, I want a low poly version of him. Maybe super average man. Is that better? Still more polygons than I need, but whatever. It's fine. Alright. Go back to... Zbrush is so annoying that it just saves whatever the subtool you have is as the thumbnail instead of whatever's at the top of the stack. Okay. So why is this not called what I just saved the tool as? That's cool. Okay, now I should be able to append super average man to the rescue. And it doesn't move. It doesn't activate the tool you just imported, because who would ever want that? It's only exactly what's on your mind at the time. Don't go swimming, super average man. Your job is to stand on the dock. little speck of a man. He's that big. Do we have enough room here to make a whole city? I don't think so. He needs to get even smaller. Let's make him ridiculously bright so we can see him. You know what? I think I have Mark's boat as well. Save tool again. Illustration. I'm just going to go in the root and search for canoe. Maya? I don't have... Oh, that's annoying. Guess I'll have to export an OBJ at some point. Alright, fine. Where did this go? There it is. House is now going to become a boat, or rather I'm going to duplicate it, turn it into a boat. He's been promoted to boathood. This should feel just a little bit more like a boat. Nice deformed turd of a boat. It's beautiful. It's all I ever hoped it would be. Spin this off into its own thing. Make Polymesh 3D. Okay, now it's its own thing. See, if I was smart, I would have made this as a separate object instead of having it from here in a weird position, angled, funny. But all I really need is just reference that I can see from a distance. Sails. That'll be the trick. One more. So. Letha asks, is your mom going to live stream with you? Not this weekend, but the one after. I would say most likely. I believe she's going to be up here. I'm finally going to get my camera back so I can start doing more studio stuff. Okay, we're going to call this a boat. Let's see. And merge down. Okay. Merge down. Okay. Never find rename. It's in the stupidest place. Right here. Boat. Actually, that's not a good name. It should be Boating Boat Fix. Okay. Now, back to Discoria. Where are you, Discoria? There. Okay, so we can nuke this boat. Other thing I need to do real quick is look up. Let's see. What is the name? It's not medieval, it's the one after medieval. Let's just call it Renaissance, which I also can't spell. Renaissance. Figure it out, Google. Yep, that's the one. Okay, Renaissance port, or let's see, it would be pier. I don't know how to spell pier either. Height. Don't know how to spell height. Okay. No images. There's a Renaissance New Orleans. That's not what I care about. I want to know how tall piers were in the Renaissance. I don't know if they're different. Probably because that's not the right kind of pier. Not Piper either. Boat Pier. I-E-R. Good God, my idiocy is staggering sometimes. Height. Dock height. No, that's for rowboats. Shipping. Does that help? Boats pulled into dock by rock hitch to the blah blah blah. Okay. Here's a boat. Do I want to look at a moored boat? Is that... Why are there... Why are all these pictures have no pier in it? Well, here's one at a very low dock. That's good to know. Do I get Shane back along with the camera? Nope, Shane's still staying down there as far as I know. Okay, well, it looks like piers are in general much lower, closer to the water than the top of the boat. I think that's a safe thing to say. Until further notice, I'm going to go with that. Until my brain is functional enough to actually think of actual words and be able to spell them and that sort of thing. Okay, so let's move. Alright, I'm going to call it for tonight so I can administer positive healing vibes to my wife and help her hold her hair back in case she throws up or whatever else is required. So, I'll see you guys again on Sunday. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, you're over here now. Thanks for stopping by, everyone, and for participating. Thank you for the 2 new subs that I got today. Well, recurring new subs. Wait, no, 1 was new. Two were recurring, 1 was new, I think. Yes, whatever that was. Anyway, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Brimstar. Thank you, Sigrid. Thank you, Damon. And as always, thank you, Aletha, for hanging out. And see you guys next time. If I could get my mouse to the end stream button, I will see you guys next time. Okay, yes, I will for real. Bye, guys.